Unlike Nora, I will be fair and lay out the context, which I agree is a little alarming, but on both sides. So, shilling out of the way, please give Examining Kubrick a chance, where I do more things on movie culture, but I also discuss Scientology there as well. All right, so what is the dilemma? So, this is factual that Scientology, to put it mildly, is very homophobic and has been for most of its history. Now, more recently, the church has gone on the offensive, claiming they are not anti gay. In fact, they were never anti gay. Well, that's clearly a lie. We have testimony from many former members that they are indeed very anti gay. So Nora decides to call out, allegedly, Laura Prepon from the 70s show and close friend to Danny Masterson, and both of them were very dedicated Scientologists for a very long time. However, more recently, Laura has said she left the church. And some people in the comments section think they're being very clever, say, don't you know that Laura left the church? Yeah, if you're in Scientology pretty much for your whole life. So I'm not buying that Laura has left the church, but whatever. Hopefully she's just giving them less money. I'm sure she's still a dedicated Scientologist. In any case, so Scientology being very homophobic, it is a puzzle that GLAAD, allegedly an organization dedicated to helping gay people and putting out positive media representations, gave Laura, yes, one of their awards.
Okay, and reinventing yourself as this fun, influencer, whatever you want to call it, BS. It doesn't fly with me.
The crimes of the church are very real, and not just with gay people. Again, this YouTube, I have to say alleged, but they've allegedly been guilty of fascist mass murder, so they're not nice people. The problem is not the criticism of Laura, but Nora getting upset and Nora demanding that Laura start helping the victims. Okay? Now, for those who don't understand, Nora is, yes, openly gay and has commented on her suffering as a gay person in Scientology. And to be fair, I think she's very credible there. However, Laura and Nora have been caught, to put it mildly, lying consistently for a very long time. On Scientology and other issues, they're not telling the truth. Also, Nora conveniently forgets that, yes, Laura hung out with Danny Masterson and very other suspicious people. She also hung out with her friend Serge Gill. He calls himself Serge Del Mar. I don't know why. He's a public figure. So Laura went to one of Serge's art galleries. So if we're attacking her for picking up an award with GLAAD, we should also be attacking her for hanging out with Serge, right? It seems the basic gist is Laura's a very corrupt Hollywood celebrity. She's selling out to whoever she pleases. Nora's doing the same thing. So what is the calling out? I don't quite understand. Because Nora is now connected to Aaron Smith Levin's alleged charity. It's not really a real charity. It's supposed to be Aaron's private foundation. And yes, wait for it. Nora has publicly attacked Aaron's victims, even though the victims have provided evidence of them being abused by Aaron. So exactly how is she calling out Laura's, quote, alleged hypocrisy? I don't know. And then to add to all this insanity is the fact that Nora's friend, Vanessa, was caught stealing, wait for it, from another gay ex-Scientologist. And they've also been found guilty of stalking and harassing several critics. So, yeah, all around, Nora's not a nice person. She's guilty of many crimes. So her credibility, even on the gay issue, is pretty weak. As far as I know, on gay activism, she hasn't even done that much. Like, what has been her big contributions to, quote, gay activism? Being snarky? Like, on her Twitter, she says she has no time for fascists or misogynists or all-around dicks, even though Aaron is guilty of misogyny. So, yeah, not a lot of credibility, but this is a serious issue. The crimes of the church are very real. However, although Laura, I do think, is a very horrible person, it's very hard to believe Laura was not aware of Danny Masterson victimizing women, or Scientology victimizing homosexuals, or Scientology victimizing a lot of people in general. It's hard to believe she doesn't know. Yes, the Scientologists, a lot of propaganda, they're indoctrinated. It's hard to believe Laura is not aware of very credible accusations against the church, at the very least. So, a lot of question marks about Laura being a nice, good person. She's definitely putting on a very false image by putting out all these things on social messages. Oh, in social media. Oh, I'm so pro-gay. Love is love. Like, that does not cohere with her history as a Scientologist in the past. Still, is she guilty of silencing the Danny Masterson victims? I'm going to look more into that. We don't know that for sure. But would she be capable of it? Yes. She's clearly a very deceptive person, as is Nora. So I think the basic gist is the corruption with these big organizations is very pervasive. Aaron's little foundation is very corrupt. GLAAD is very corrupt. Nora is very corrupt. Laura is very corrupt. Corruption is the main theme here. So there is something to be said about the gay victims in Scientology. But Nora putting herself out as a spokesperson or a moral teacher to Laura Prepon is a really bad joke.